Now, we'll start with the open of the show here, Jesse. Josh Alexander and Adam Page. Adam Page is the AEW World Champion. I just find it quite humorous that they had this great payoff. The build was horrible, but the payoff at All In was great. Adam Page getting that moment at the end of All In was fantastic. Great match. The whole thing was fantastic. His title run coming out of All In, man, you clearly see that they had absolutely no direction for Adam Page. So much that they had to materialize and manufacture, very forced, a program and a feud with the Don Callis family. We didn't know who was going to challenge the Don Callis, or from the Don Callis family, challenge Adam Page for the AEW World Championship. A lot of people pointed the finger at Wardlow, who is now off of television, and he's now injured again. Torn pec, he's probably going to be out 6 to 7 months. Feel bad for Wardlow. Love that guy. So he is on the shelf once again, and injury time mounting, where he will be buried underneath Guantanamo Bay when the time comes.
Did he get injured?
He got injured apparently on the clothesline to Prince Nana at Forbidden Door. Meanwhile, he went on an F5'd a security guard. He powerbombed somebody, I believe a security guard, and he showed up on Wednesday looking as big as ever. And he stood there in a fancy suit, fixing his Rolex and fixing his cufflinks, bro. He did not look like a wrestler with a torn pec.
He got hurt by Prince Nana.
He got hurt clotheslining Prince Nana, yes.
Okay.
That's why I said question everything, bro. Is he hurt? Or did he realize that this creative fucking sucks dick and I don't want to be on TV? Get me off.
Yeah, that makes sense. He just didn't want to be on TV. You think before you talk sometimes.
That's what I would say. This is what you got for me.
Oh my God. The guy's been on the shelf for fucking months and he wants to get on for 5 minutes and then.
Bro, what's better to you, man? Sitting at home and collecting a paycheck, or being on TV and doing nothing, standing behind a fucking group of 9 other guys doing nothing?
Yes, I would rather be at work. I'm sure he would too.
I would rather be at home filming fucking movies and American Gladiators and maybe dabbling in some fucking Call of Duty or something. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the man did not work his ass off to get in that shape just to be at home. All right. I'm pretty sure he wants to be on TV.
Anyway, that was the one guy that people pointed the finger at, Wardlow. And then the other guy was obviously Takeshita. And Takeshita can't really be taking losses if they want to build him up against Kazuchika Okada. So the other one was Josh Alexander. And a lot of people looked at that as he's not really all that credible. He hasn't done much of anything. And he's primarily been a loser in the Don Callis family. So they put these two guys together in a grudge match tonight. And the one guy that they did land on for the title match at All Out is Kyle Fletcher, which we did see him emerge from the back and cut a promo against Adam Page. Before we get into the Josh Alexander match with Adam Page tonight, which was labeled a grudge match, didn't really understand that. I mean, it was Kyle Fletcher who did the deed to Kenny Omega. I don't know where the grudge aspect comes in with Josh Alexander. They haven't wrestled since Josh Alexander's debut. I believe his first opponent in the Owen was Adam Page, correct?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, man.
I think that was the Owen, yeah. I think he beat him in the opening round before he went on to go wrestle. Who did he wrestle in the second round? I don't even remember.
I don't even fucking, bro. There's so many fucking tournaments and all this other shit. I can't remember all of it. There's another tournament going on right now, apparently. What the?
Yeah, we'll get to it. I mean, another predictable match by Tony Khan. But Josh Alexander was recently interviewed, and this is with some platform I never heard, Undisputed. Alexander addressed the speculation that surrounded his free agency. He was clear that his decision was not based on who offered him the most money, but rather on where he felt he could have the best matches and continue to grow as a performer. He says, and I quote, "If you believe what you read online, I just went with the highest bidder." And then he laughs about it. The truth is that the money, schedule, and things like that didn't play a factor in my decision as much as looking at the pool of talent I wanted to work with. His statement is a direct refute of the common belief that a wrestler's choice of promotion is always a financial one. There's a specific reason I signed where I did. I chose AEW because I want to be here. Now, again, I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Okay. What would we expect him to say? Okay, would anybody take my spot and say, bro, I came here for the money. I'm only here because they offered me the most money. That's it. You know, I have no other ambitions to be here. If it wasn't for the money, I would definitely have gone somewhere else. I mean, in his defense, what is he supposed to say in this situation? Of course, he's going to say. Now, I'll give him this much. That doesn't mean he's lying. It doesn't mean he's lying. There's a shred of possibility that maybe he actually believes that shit. I don't know. I'm not that man. I can't
just like Tony thinks everything is fucking great all year and this is the greatest year ever.
Yeah. You know, but at the same time, let's be real here, bro. What else would anybody say? You know, some of these questions sometimes by some of these people are just softballs. I mean, they're just easy. Everybody is going to say, yeah, I came here for the competition. You know, and who's going to say here, bro? I sold out to the highest fucking bidder. I'm a piece of shit. I didn't care about my fucking career. I didn't care. I just wanted the money. What else is he going to say?
Bro, what else is he going to say? Nothing.
Nothing.
Don't answer the question.
Just stay quiet and say
Have
nothing.
them omit it from the stream or the upload or the fucking interview that's going to go up days later.
Now, that's amazing because when we talked about Hawani asking Punk questions about AEW, you was like, well, what is he supposed to say? He has to answer the question, but for this guy, you want him to say nothing. But you want Punk to
what does CM Punk have to do with this, bro? We all know why Punk said what he said, bro. He's got a fucking narrative against AEW.
Are you listening to me? I just explained exactly what it had to do with it. When he asked Punk those questions, you said, well, he's supposed to answer. But when he asked Josh Alexander these questions, you're like, well, he should have said nothing.
Bro, you're gonna ask CM Punk to not answer a fucking question like that? Do you know who he is?
Ask Josh Alexander to not answer a question? He's gonna go
Who's
into a show.
Josh Alexander compared to CM Punk?
He's gonna go into a show and not answer questions. That's what you wanted him to do.
Bro, CM Punk has a vindictive thing against AEW, man. He was gonna answer those questions whether Hawani answered them or not.
Fair. So I took that answer from you when we were talking about it. But fast forward now, and you want Josh Alexander to not answer questions by the interviewer, correct?
He shouldn't answer the fucking questions then. Bro, it's one of two things, man. You either answer the question and you look like a fucking liar, or you don't answer the question and you kind of just look okay in the situation. He opted to answer the question and then look like a liar. There's nobody here that believes that he took the AEW contract and said, well, I only took it because I want to wrestle the competition and the best competition is in AEW. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? The reason why you didn't take the contract is because, or the reason you took the contract is because the money was better than what WWE was paying you and you work 1 day a week.
If you ever seen a pro athlete in a post-game interview, so how do you think about that game? Well, I feel like the competition was great. I feel like they were good opponents, but we just feel like, do you think they feel that way? Or do you think they're saying, we beat the shit out of those fucking guys? They're fucking nothing to us.
Bro, these athletes are fucking liars, bro. They're all liars. Why say anything? Juan Soto took a Mets contract for $800 fucking million, and the Yankees offered him $10 million less than what the Mets offered him, and he took the fucking money. We all know why you signed with the Mets, the obviously inferior team.
Yeah. But you're there to answer questions.
So answer the questions like a human being. I took the money and I took the schedule. What AEW was offering me was better for my family. That's all you got to do. Instead, I took the AEW contract because I want to wrestle Danny Garcia in AEW. What are you fucking kidding me?
That's not a good look to your new employer.
Who gives a fuck?
The guy making the money with his new employer, not you who
Tony Khan is not a good look for his own fucking company.
But he still has to answer questions according to what his employer would want to hear. Why would he sit there and say,
There is an epidemic in this fucking in this company, bro, in this world. When people are interviewed, nobody comes off as genuine. Nobody. And you look at this, bro. You want me to believe that someone didn't take the money? Yeah, I'm here to wrestle fucking Wheeler Yuta on Dynamite. You kidding me?
Has anyone ever in any platform, in any stage, in any scenario, has anyone ever answered a question like that honestly?
They should.
So Josh Alexander should have been the first.
There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? AEW offered me a better deal. And leave it at that. There's no other way to kind of word that in a way where AEW offered, it was better for my family. That's what. That's why I took the deal with Tony. Can't be honest.
No, that's not how people answer questions when you want to keep your job. No, that's not what you do, man.
So he basically took Tony's deal to lie and then be a loser on television. Yeah, you want him to hide the truth and not be honest. Meanwhile, he's on TV and he's losing every week.
But wait, remember, no one in the history of sports has ever answered a question like that honestly. But you want Josh Alexander to be the first to ever do it.
I'm not saying I want him to be the first to ever do it. I want it to be a thing where people are interviewed and they answer the questions legitimately with honesty.
But you're calling him out like he's the only one to ever.
It's ridiculous. It's a fucking obvious lie, bro.
Yeah, it's a PR bullshit answer. It is. I'm not disagreeing with you, but what do you expect the man to say? Everybody would have answered that question.
How would you answer the question? How would you answer the question and just kind of answer it in a way that also is truthful, but also kind of not making yourself look like you're throwing the company under the bus? How would you answer the question?
I'm not gonna lie. I would have given the very same PR answer, bro. The guy's paid me millions of dollars. What am I gonna get there and just say stupid shit for? And then something happens to him and he gets buried or fired, and then people look back like, why would you answer the question like that? Oh, because I want to be real, because JD thinks I should answer the question honestly. What the fuck is wrong with you? Everybody on the planet answers those bullshit questions the same way. You want Josh to take a stand and be different and be honest? No, that doesn't work that way.
He's a bullshitter, bro. He's a liar.
Everybody is in those situations, in those questions. Everyone.
So why do people report on it? Like it's fucking, this is why he signed with AEW.
Am I wrong though? I mean, for real, am I wrong? I mean, all these post-game interviews, these scrums, all this shit, they all give PR answers. They never give their honest. You want their honest answer? Wait till they're fucking fired and gone.
I don't know. I just laughed. I laughed when I read this. I laughed when I heard about it.
Yeah, bro. I'll give him this much credit. Maybe it's not a lie. Maybe he just left part of the truth off.
Bro, you know me better than most people, bro. I do not like corporate shilling, bro. I do not like this obvious PR fucking toe the line, and I can't say this and I can't do that because I gotta be corporate. I gotta give the corporate PR. I hate that, bro. It's infuriating to listen to this drivel that comes out of these guys' mouths because everything's a fucking lie, man. There's no genuine human emotion. There's no honesty in anything that happens in the mainstream media, bro. Nothing.
I am not disagreeing with you. I just don't get why you think it was going to be any different with Josh Alexander. What did Mercedes Moné say as why she came to AEW?
Oh, she's in character. She's in character, bro. We're not allowed to talk about that.
What did anybody else say? What did anyone else anywhere that ever went anywhere to a new company or some? Why'd you decide to come here? Oh, it's the money, man. They gave me a whole bunch of money. That's why I wanted to come here.
Bro, you want me to sit here and not listen to people be open and honest about the money. That's why they came to AEW. Meanwhile, every fucking week, Tony's giving away $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 fucking dollars. And you want me to listen to people say, yeah, I came here for the competition. Bro, they're throwing it in your face. They're telling you why they came here. Tony's telling you the reason why. He signed all these people because he's got a bigger wallet than WWE does. So let's be real.
The money. Did you ask Dragon Lee why he went to WWE? Did he say the money?
I don't know why Dragon Lee went to WWE. I don't know what his situation was.
What do you mean you don't know? According to you, it's the money. It's always the money for everybody.
I don't know. Who the fuck does he know in WWE that he wanted to go work over there? I don't fucking know.
So what's the money then?
Why did Penta go to WWE?
The money.
That's more than the money. It's more than the money there, bro. Come on.
It's the money. I mean, like, yeah, it was more than the money, but it was mostly the money. That's what I'm saying here about Josh. It was probably some of that bullshit. So if there's 100% line of why he went somewhere, it was probably like 20% of it. It was a competition and maybe 80 the money. And he only told you the 20% part. He didn't tell you about the other 80. He just left that part out. But they all go where they go for the money.
Bro, there was a man that I look at very highly who once said that the only two things that matter in this sport are cash and creative. It's the only reason why anybody defects from one company to the other and vice versa, man. Cash and creative. That's it. They're not being paid one place. They'll get paid somewhere else a lot more than they were paid previously. They didn't get the creative that they wanted. They'll go to the other place and do what they want creatively. It's the only reason why people defect back and forth, bro. Cash and creative. That's it.
I disagree with you. One of your mindless sheep fucking shills over here called me a bootlicker now.
Oh, there's someone in the comment section every week that labels you a bootlicker.
I'm a bootlicker. If I don't participate in your WWE fucking just assassinations, I'm a bootlicker.
This is not. By the way, this is not Jesse defending AEW. This is just this is what honestly, chat. This is what Jesse would tell me if we had a conversation over the phone, not on stream. He would say the same exact thing.
Off the air. And essentially, I'm agreeing with you. He went there for the money. My only disagreement is like, why do you think he's going to be honest? He'll be the first one. Nobody is honest in these fucking scenarios. They all lie. All of them. But for Josh, he should be honest. Like, why? They all just say, oh, I wanted the competition. LeBron James said he went to the Heat when he left Cleveland originally because he wanted to take his talents to South Beach. And he wanted to, bro, they offered him buckets of gold bars and cash. That's why he went to the Heat. That's why everybody goes where they go. Who's going to be different? Who's going to say, oh, I just went for the money? That's not what they do. They all lie. All of them.
They need to come up with better PR responses, bro, instead of just blatantly lying, man. There is a way to convey the truth by saying something that's honest and open, but also not being in a way that buries the fucking people that you work for. Or burying yourself.
MJF came out a couple of years ago and said that it's going to be the bidding war. What was it? The bidding war of 2024? You know, because
he was going to sign with the person that gave him the most money. Yeah.
Most money. Right. Now, he signed with AEW and then came out with a goddamn fake ass tattoo waving the AEW banner saying, I want to stay here with the best wrestle and I'm a AEW shield. Wait a minute. You just told us a few months ago that you were going where the money was. And now that you're signed here, now you're just here because you are riding for the company. They all say the same thing once they're signed with the company, bro.
Bro, MJF could get away with that because that is his character, and you don't know when he's actually playing his character or not playing his character. If you met him on the street walking in fucking some random joint and what he plays on television, he's the same fucking guy. You don't know.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that just kind of conveys that, you know, is he playing a character or is he actually being his real self? You don't even know.
Yeah.
So he could get away with something like that and actually say, yeah, I took the fucking money. That's the only reason why I'm here. He could say that because that's what he said on television. And if he says that away from television in an interview like this, you're just going to think he's playing his character.
But then otherwise, then you're being a shill.
He could get away with it. It's not as bad for him. I don't know.
Saying, man. I wouldn't expect anything less from anybody. It's not just a Josh thing. Nobody says.
I don't even think WWE could have even offered Max a contract because I do think that Tony just renegotiated his existing deal at that time and gave him more money because that's all he wanted. And he rightfully deserved it.
Oh, God. Fuck yeah. But I don't know how that all went. I could also see Max going to WWE for the money at that time and then getting over there and saying, so why did you decide to come to WWE? And then that shit would change from the bidding war of 2024 to, oh, I've always wanted to compete in the WrestleMania and and be in this big stage and everything else. That shit would have changed just like that.
Yeah, but with his situation, I honestly do believe, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he's done everything that someone could possibly do in AEW. So he's also going to be a different situation when it comes to that time when he is actually a free agent. Tony's going to offer him fucking the world, and he's probably going to offer him more money than WWE's going to offer. What that number is, we don't know. But WWE is going to make as strong of a play for anybody as anybody with MJF. And I do think that if WWE does come a little bit below what Tony offers, I do think MJF is going to entertain that offer more than the one from Tony and take less money. It's slightly less money. It's not going to be a huge substantial amount because then he'd just be fucking himself. But, whatever it is, a factor of anywhere between $200,000, $300,000, maybe $500,000, go over there to WWE and just become the superstar that he deserves to be because he's already filming Violent Night 2. He's in a new movie again. He's gonna be he's gonna be mixing his movie commitments in with all the wrestling he's got to do. So obviously you see the type of breakout guy he is. He's the only guy there that's legitimately got. Let's get this guy onto the silver screen. That's it. There's nobody else in that company that feels that way.
No, God, no, absolutely. It's almost like like an unspoken thing, but you just know that when you're there and you get signed there for big money, you're not supposed to go there and flaunt said money. But if you really look at it and think about it, that's all that everyone does. They go there for the money, but no one ever says that. Football players, baseball, basketball, a name A-Rod sounded like the biggest deal in the history of ever when he got signed and everything else. When he went there from the Rangers, and it was about the competition and the great city of New York in baseball and these pinstripes and motherfucker, it was about that money. It was about that money. He went there and played next to Derek Jeter. He didn't even like the guy, but that money was too much to pass up.
Bro, Tom Glavine left the Atlanta Braves to go play for the fucking Mets. The Mets. You're playing for the Atlanta Braves. You're a Hall of Fame Braves player for life, and you go to the fucking Mets? Instead of taking less pay to stay with the Braves, you go to the Mets to take more money and then be a loser.
Yep.
Why did he go to the Mets? Because he wanted to play for the fucking Mets? I don't believe that for a fucking second. If that was the case, Chipper Jones would have went to go play for the Mets, and he never played for the Mets. He was a Brave for life. Why did Freddie Freeman leave the fucking Braves to go play for the Dodgers? Money. They all leave from money. Money.
Sometimes you'll get a top star that will leave to go chase a championship and take less money. Sometimes. But even then, they won't say it. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, you left, took half of what you were worth, teamed up with two other stars. Why'd you come here? Oh, man, I just think it's a great town to play ball in. You're making half of what? What? Wait a minute. They always lie.
Yeah, but something like that could be true as well, because it could be an aging player who took less money. He wants to be closer to home and have more home life on the road with his family. Who knows? It's a different situation for different people. I don't know.
It's so cookie cutter, man. I'm just so used to it. I'm in agreement with you that it's such horseshit. Every time you see a football game and a post game show, so you threw for 400 yards and you ran for 500 and you stomped all over this team tonight. What are your feelings about this game? Well, no, the adversaries brought some great competition. And, I'm glad to be on the field with them and share this moment. They're great adversaries. I can't wait to play them again. Do you think they said that shit in the locker room?
Here's a great example, because you're a football guy. I just seen his name in the chat. Tom Brady. He left the Patriots to go sign with the Buccaneers, right? Why did he sign with the Buccaneers? Because the Patriots didn't offer him enough money, so he went to go sign with Tampa Bay.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Oh, is it because no, I think Belichick stayed. I'm not sure.
Belichick stayed, and Gronkowski was with Tampa Bay, wasn't he?
Yeah, Gronk left too. I don't know why he left, because I'm sure they would have paid him whatever he wanted.
What was the shilling there? I want to win a Super Bowl for the city of Tampa Bay. Give me a fucking break, bro. New England didn't offer you enough money, so you took the fucking bag where it was offered to you, right?
Probably. Yeah, I'm trying to remember that now. I can't imagine New England not paying Tom Brady whatever he wanted. Why did he go? Oh, they had beef. I think this guy may be right.
Gronk signed after Brady, says LC Maestro in the chat.
Yeah.
Gronk unretired when Tom was there. He wasn't there first. Okay.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Listen, it's definitely a nice discussion to have. Jesse is partially correct. What do you expect Josh Alexander to say? I also have my piece on it and say he could say whatever he wants, but at least give me the fucking honest, upfront answer. Don't just blatantly lie throughout the entire interview, man. Say it in a way where it's also, you being honest and you keeping the values of the company as a priority. But a lot of people don't do that.
Real quick, I lost my train of thought on this one earlier, but this is the exact reason. This is the exact unequivocal reason. This is why WWE hates AEW, because wrestlers can leave WWE and make the same or more money in AEW. And also, wrestlers in WWE are using AEW as a bargaining chip for their fucking deals.
Yeah.
And it's legitimate. It's not like, oh, they're not going to pay you that. Yes, they are, and they know it. So when they want to re-sign talent that they don't want to leave the company, they are going to have to actually come to the negotiation table, because there is another company that they will go to and will make that money. WWE wants that option off the table so they can go back to telling talent, we're going to pay you this, or you can go walk and we don't care what you do. Well, now talent can say, well, I will go walk and I will go make more than this. They are currently paying a lot of wrestlers more money than they wanted to because of the existence of AEW. So that's why they're on this campaign to put them out of business. It makes sense why WWE wants AEW out of business. It does. It honestly makes sense. What I don't get is why wrestling fans are riding with them to try to put AEW out of business so their favorite wrestlers can make less money and the creative can get nice and lazy again. This show, WrestlePalooza, would not exist at all if it wasn't for AEW.
That's true. Yeah, it's all a business move, yeah.
It is. You're getting more wrestling, you're getting competitive storylines, and your favorite wrestlers are making more money. As you sit at home and say, I hope AEW goes out of business. You're an idiot.
Yeah, WWE is not afraid of AEW. I've said this time and time again. They're not afraid of AEW the way fans think they're afraid, because clearly AEW is suffering on their own. WWE doesn't even need to do anything. But nope. It's all about the money. They don't want, and they are upset and angry that Tony has as much power in the business that he does, because he is the one dictating what pro wrestlers make, and WWE does not like that. Nick Khan wants that power. Ari Emanuel wants that power. All of TKO wants that power, because the more Tony pays for pro wrestlers, and MJF is a great example. When MJF is a free agent, that man is making fucking absolute fucking Fort Knox bank. You think WWE wants to pay $5 million, $6 million for fucking Maxwell Jacob Friedman to come wrestle for them? If AEW didn't exist, WWE would get to tell Max what he makes, and he'd have to accept it or not.
Exactly. That is why WWE is being petty with counter programming. That is why they want them out of business. From a business standpoint, I get it. But as a fan, I don't understand why you're riding with them to try to help them put this company out of business. It only hurts you and your favorite wrestler. What is the goddamn point? You don't like AEW, just don't watch it. Just watch WWE. Why are you out there posting and riding and trying to get? I mean, bro, you're only hurting yourself. Remember, I mean, most of these people are not even fucking old enough to remember this shit. But when we had WCW and WWE, the fucking wrestling landscape was great. We had great wrestling on two different channels. When one went out of business, WWE went to straight up shit. It went to shit. It was nothing. It was garbage for the longest of times. Wrestlers got paid nothing. They were always complaining about money, about benefits, about this, about that. They were getting paid shit. And WWE said, if you don't like it, go to New Japan, where you're going to make nothing. Go over to the Indies, where you'll make nothing. Now they can't say that. You don't like this? Go somewhere else. Okay. That's what Adam Cole did. That's what Bryan Danielson did. That's what Edge did. That's what Swerve did. That's what so many other people did. Now, yes, some of these people, they probably did not care that they left. I'm not going to sit there and say that everybody that left, WWE cried over. Some of these people, they probably didn't care. But I promise you, there was enough of them that left that they did not want to lose, but they could not pay them as much money as they wanted because of budget reasons, because of TKO. TKO won't let them spend whatever they want on talent. They have a budget to stay under.
Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms. And yeah, WWE is not great either. And their greediness is filtering onto television, and they are their priority now is more with selling tickets and selling merch and doing this and that and the TV deals and network deals instead of the creative. We've seen it, we feel it, we see it every week. So it's a problem everywhere.
If you think ticket prices and merch and streaming, if you think all of that shit is expensive now, if you think it's expensive now, imagine what it would be if there was no AEW. Imagine ticket prices then.